Yo, what's the word? Back with another video. This is episode 7 of our Road to Funded Challenge. Can't believe we're on 7 episodes already. But yeah, today was actually very frustrating. I feel like I've been saying that the last 3 days. But today was frustrating. Not because it was a red day, but bro, you're gonna see in the video. I'm gonna break it down, I'm gonna explain to you exactly what happened. But today should have been so much better than it was. But before we get into the breakdown, if you are a new trader or you have little experience with trading, make sure you join the free community. A community of traders will help you. Having a community of anything will help you, right? If you want to be the best ice cream maker in the world, go hang around a lot of ice cream makers. I bet you'll be better within a year. Same concept. So join the free community, but that's not all. I got more for you. Make sure you watch the free beginners program. That is a 7-episode series of taking you from nothing to something with trading. The link for all that will be in the description below. Go ahead and click the link that says trade with me, and from there you can either join the VIP or the free community. But now that we got the housekeeping out the way, don't want to hold you too long, we're gonna get straight to the charts. All right, let's get to the chart. So first thing I did was draw out my cycle levels. I went on ES today. I did look at YM, so I can go ahead and go to that too, just to show you. So YM, see, mark that up as well. So YM and ES, I saw both of them. First thing I saw was YM. I had this marked up here, right? Cycle highs and lows. And I wanted to see the simple breaks and retest. So again, just kind of looking at market structure to see what would be favorable. We have a low, high. This high then break makes this low. This low then makes this high. This high then takes out this low. So we're now actually technically bearish. But then we go above that high. We break it right here. So we're back bullish. Low, right? The market creates a high, then creates another low, then creates a high. So what I'm seeing is bullish structure. But what I'm also seeing with this bullish structure is we are overextended. It looks like we are, well, no, we're in the expansion phase. So whenever we're in the expansion phase, we do know at some point we're also going to get that retracement phase. So looking at this, I would continue to buy with caution, but selling would be more favorable for me simply because of how extended we are. So what I'll be looking for is for the market to essentially, come here, break off, retest, and sell it down. All right, so let me play one. The market did the inside came out, so it broke, right? This going below this cycle low right here, this is the break. So because we have a break right there, now all I was looking for was a retest of this. At the same time, I wanted to make sure I kept an eye on ES. ES wasn't in any single one of our levels, but ES I would need it to at least come in here and then tap back out, or retest, do that whole thing, or come in here and then do the retest kind of thing. So ES was nowhere near, so I kind of just left ES alone. Stayed on YM. Now with YM, I got ready to place a trade. So I have my sell set up this way, was aiming for the 1 to 3, which is right here. And 1 to 2 would be my break even. So 1 to 2 is right there. So first play, I went. The market immediately went to my 1 to 2. Now, once I get to my 1 to 2, I typically won't use the area again. Not to say it won't work, but that's just something I do to keep myself from doing too much and over trading. So at this point, YM was no longer in the picture for me because we hit the 1 to 2. We hit the 1 to 2 instantly, and I don't want to trade that cycle anymore. So I went to ES, right? Let's see what ES has. ES still hasn't really made a move yet. ES hasn't touched the cycle high, hasn't touched the cycle low. ES is just kind of moving. So I'm waiting to see if we get any action in any level. And oh, hold on. Boom. So eventually, let me go down one. Eventually, ES does come in this area, and we do get some action. Now, this is interesting because I took buys right here, right? On my first trade today that I lost, I took the buys on this as a retest, but when I'm back testing, this didn't touch that. I wonder if MES touched it. It's the same thing, but the mini. Yes, so MES actually ended up touching. I knew something was off. MES ended up touching my cycle level, and when it did that, I bought on the retest right here. And as you can see, this was the first loss, pretty quick, right? Pretty quick loss. But what I do notice, right? Drag out your cycle level. We now close, and let's zoom in on that. We now close below our cycle levels. So this candle right here closed below this low. And because that candle closed below that low, now I want that retest to continue back down. Right? I'm going to do the same thing that I just lost on earlier. And that's the key to trading. Trading is not about finding a strategy that you don't lose with. Trading is not about finding a strategy that wins the most. Yeah, you want a higher win rate, but at the end of the day, win rate doesn't matter as much as the consistency of what you do and how you do it. Right? Like, I'm gonna take the same trade because I'm gonna be consistent. And if I lose with this trade and I lose all my money trading this way, I lose all my money trading this way. But also, if I make my money trading this way, I make my money trading this way. If I'm trying to figure out something new and doing something different every single time I get on the charts, how do I ever expect to be great at anything? You know, that's like if Shaq, right, almost one of the most dominant players that ever played a basketball game, right? If he focused on threes more than he focused on just footwork in the paint, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, Shaq wouldn't have been as dominant in the paint. He could have been a great player still. He could have shot threes, but the the dominant part of Shaq would be gone, and it's because he would not be practicing on one thing solely. He would be doing a lot of things. So with trading, we want to be like Shaq. We want to be dominant. We want to be very good at one thing. Shaq couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life. He couldn't shoot a three. He couldn't dribble that ball outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get really good at what you do. Anyways, back to the story, or back to the charts. I want to see a retest back into this area. First to sell back down. So get out my tool, aiming for at least, again, that 1 to 3. And I'm going to kind of show you what I did, what I should have done, all those things. So 1 to 3, it's about right here. And then 1 to 2 is right there. Right? So we got a 1 to 3 and 1 to 2. To market's plan, right? I get tagged in the trade right here. I'm tagged in, aiming for this 1 to 3. So boom, it's cool. Market's kind of going. It's crazy in real time. This seems like so much longer. Market's kind of going. Not too much going on. Boom, hit 1 to 2 instantly. So once we hit 1 to 2, what I end up doing was I moved my stop loss somewhere close. It wasn't this candle. Yeah, it was above this candle right here. I moved my stop loss above this candle right there. Now, the reason I did that wasn't smart. Well, the reason I did that was because by this time it was headed to 12 o'clock and I was going to be busy in a second. So I was like, can't really look at the charts right now, which really means nothing because either hit your stop loss or take profit. But I had lost the first trade. I'm on a losing streak. I was like, let me just lock in this right here. Still thinking it's going to come down here. I'm not closing the trade. But I'm like, let me just lock in up here, right? Boom, get stopped out. And then once I get stopped out, immediately it goes to my TP. This is why I said today, even though technically I ended green, it was break even kind of day. It was such a bad trade day. It was bad because this should have been a full win. And I noticed that this win didn't happen because I was caught up on my streak that I had on. I had been losing since Friday. I lost Friday and Monday. Now it's Tuesday, and I was caught up on that losing streak. Even though I know losing streaks happen. It's part of trading. Like, you don't think you're going to lose ever when you're trading, or you don't think you're going to have 4 losses in a row at some point, at some month during trading, you're delusional. It's going to happen. So I should have known, or not that I should have known, but I shouldn't have been impatient. I shouldn't have manually touched the charge because now I had a break-even day when it should have been a profitable day. Those are the little things you want to watch out for when you're trading to see, you know, if you're being consistent, and if you're not being consistent, typically you're never going to get the results you want to get. So this is a lesson that I learned, but watch this video and learn the lesson with me. All right, now I'm going to go to the top step count just to kind of show where we're at with the challenge. So, right, it's been, it's been a week now, right? We ended that losing streak, but it was really a break-even day. But yeah, we'll see what Wednesday can bring us. I really think that this week we can still pass this thing. You know, we still have 3 days to do so. But again, August is not my favorite month to even start with. We're not going to rush these trades. We're not going to do too much. My plan is to pass by Friday. My plan is not to pass tomorrow. The reason why I shouldn't pass tomorrow is because the way I want to risk. I don't want to risk too much. I don't want to do too much. So I'm planning on passing tomorrow. But by Friday is the goal. That is the plan. No, we don't want to spend more than 2 weeks on these challenges, so we can get to make real money. But that is everything I have for this one. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace, love, y'all be smooth.